All right, y'all. In this video, I don't want you to focus on nothing but the right tackle. Because in this video, we will be talking about Josh Ball and Jason Peters and how this is going to look going forward. All right, y'all. So let's be real. But first, let me give you a disclaimer. This video might be a little long. I'm going to try to keep it as brief as possible. But, I get to talking and you know how things go, right? So, if you see a little lengthy video toward the end, get your popcorn ready, y'all. And just enjoy the show because we will be talking, y'all, right? So with that being said, right, preseason kind of left a little bit of a bad taste in our mouth about Josh Ball. But as I reviewed the film, right, and I would have to tell you that Josh Ball did not play bad, right? So we go off, as soon as we see something bad from a person, we just automatically think that that's just what it is, right? And sometimes I might be a little guilty of that, right? At times, right? Unless I've seen like the real potential of that particular player, right? So, and Josh Ball, I've never doubted his run blocking ability, but pass blocking was always kind of in question, right? There were times where he'll look okay, and there was times where it'd just be like, yo, what is going on here? But in this game, he had a couple bad reps, as we'll go over later down the line. But for the most part, his tape was pretty good. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was pretty good, So I'm gonna go ahead, man, and give you a little something, man, give you a little rundown, man. So like I said, look at the right tackle, man. Look how he come down, washes him out. One thing that we ain't never, ever have to worry about when it comes to Josh Ball is him being nasty. Because he a nasty player, y'all. And, he going to go ahead and stay on this block and irritate the mess out of a D lineman, right? Let's go ahead and get to the next play, y'all. In the previous play, as we seen him wash the player down and wash him pretty good, right? In this one right here, man, was also good because one thing that he has shown, especially in the first couple clips, is his ability to be able to stay on the block, right? Run blocking, y'all, regardless if we have Peters or Josh Ball in there, won't be a concern, right? And looking at both players, right? And we'll look at Peters after we look at Ball. Other than a couple plays, right? I seen Peters, kind of give up some ground and kind of get a little lucky as well, too. So it wasn't like, Peters played flawless, but both of them played good, though, right? The bad reps that you can call bad reps for Peters wasn't like Ball because, the bad reps that Ball got actually were kind of impact plays. It kind of affected our quarterback in crucial moments, right? So that's why they made the decision to go ahead and roll with Peters, right? So evidently we heard that there's going to be a rotation going on with Josh Ball and Jason Peters. Now, at first I was against that. But as soon as they announced that and I looked at the tape, I'm for that now, right? We want to keep Peters. They asked Jerry Jones, can Peters play 60 snaps if necessary? And he said yes. I believe that this rotation not only was going to do just in case Josh Ball has to be ready, right, and to give him reps, but to keep Peters as fresh as possible because in the playoffs, there won't be no rotation. Maybe in that Philly game, there won't be no rotation. So they just getting this man prepped for just in case because, he's just one injury away from having to come in full time for the rest of the season, right? Because we don't have the luxury of having Terrence Steele on that right side no more, where we didn't have to see a Josh Ball. And the first body that we will see is Jason Peters. Now you got to see Josh Ball, right? But Josh Ball, right? But let's get back to the Josh Ball, right? Josh Ball is a nasty player, as you can see, right? Irritant, gonna stay on you gonna have players ready to fight, y'all, right? So in his run blocking grade, it was pretty good, right? He's looking pretty good right here, right? Looking pretty good. That's a good block, y'all. That's a good block. See, people expect clean pancakes. No, that's not always the case when it comes down to the nitty gritty offensive line play, right? And this was a good block, y'all. Let's go to the next play. One thing that kind of gets Josh Ball is that sometimes he be off balance and sometimes he stops his feet. And as you can see right here, he fell down. That kind of goes with him being off balance, and that he was able to he was supposed to kind of cut him off some more, and he didn't. So that allowed his man to at least get a piece. But our running back is so strong that that wasn't gonna phase him. When you come soft like that with a real man, as such as my guy running the ball, that ain't gonna cut it. But let's just say if my guy wasn't a real man, right? That play would have been stopped right there instead of right there. So, that also could have been an impact play, right? He's got to do a better job of kind of cutting them off. Even if he wasn't fully able to get him, he should be able to slow him down just a little bit more than that, so he won't be in the play as such as that, because there's no way that his guy coming from there should be able to make the play, y'all. Let's just be real. Let's look at our guy. Right tackle, staying on the block. This is a good block, y'all. That's a good block. We're going to have to, include me, y'all, we're going to have to put some respect on Josh Ball, man. We're going to have to put some respect on him because, hey, he blocking. This is a good block. This is a good block, y'all. We got to be real. This is a good block. Look at them. Just staying on the block. That's what I love about him, though. That's one thing I do love about him that I've seen in preseason as well. Now look, let me be real, right? We all remember when Terrence Steele y'all was ready for Terrence Steele to go. Now all of a sudden, Terrence Steele, we lost Terrence Steele, right? Because the way he developed. Well, how we know Josh Ball won't do the same thing? Josh Ball now from this game, from what I looked, and in preseason, Josh Ball looked a whole lot better, y'all. So we can't act like players don't get better. Let's look at Tyler Biadasz. People was ready for Tyler Biadasz to go. Now they love Tyler Biadasz. Now he's one of the most consistent linemen on the field. So sometimes, man, you don't get the Micah Parsons treatment. Sometimes, man, they just got to develop and grow. There's a reason why they kept Josh Ball. And Josh Ball showed flashes in this game on why they kept him. And his nastiness goes well. He's gonna bring an attitude to this line and a physicality that's needed in the run game, y'all. And we shouldn't be throwing 40 times anyway, especially when we got Josh Ball in the game. So if we can go ahead and keep it down to 30 times, then that's cool. Josh Ball should be able to get it down. He just got to be able to work on the balance, right? Just work on his balance, y'all. Just work on quick stopping his feet, which we will show in the future. In this play, let's look at it. He stumbles out the gate, boom. But he recovers and makes a good second level block. Now, as a lineman, we are taught to not take elongated steps. We want to get as many steps in the ground as possible, right? That's how we are taught as linemen. And, that's the reason why he kind of tripped, because he didn't go ahead and work on getting as many steps in the ground as possible till he got into the depths. Nice, quick, short steps. Boom, 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 boom. Go get him, right? And he wouldn't trip. But that's a good athletic play for him to go ahead and stay up and to be able to make that block, Which is slam on that. That's a good block. We want our linemen to get to the second level, right? Regardless of how it look, I don't care if it's ugly or beautiful. Does it get the job done? And so far in this film, he's showing y'all he gets the job done, especially in the run game, y'all. All right, now let's look at Josh Ball and pass pro. Kick, decent, boom. It's a good block. It was good. Could work. Like I said, he need to work on his balance some. Keep working on his technique some. Be a little stronger with them hands. But that's a decent block. It got the job done. You know? It got the job done. Dak Prescott, you know, didn't feel the heat from as it being his fault, right? You know, of course, Dak Prescott came and stood, you know, climbed up, you know, to show his mobility. But if he was to stay in that pocket, Josh Ball would have had that block. You know, he stopped him in his tracks, man. He stopped the rush. That's a good block, y'all, right? That's a good block. It's a good block. You know, showing, you know, as a left side, you know, he struggled a little bit on that left side, especially in that preseason. But Josh Ball as a right tackle, I don't see why not. Now, this is another draft pick of the Dallas Cowboys that could come in handy for y'all, right? You know, I love the physicality of him. Like I said, love the physicality, love the nastiness of him, right? You just got to clean up the balance and clean up the technique, right? And you might got you a pretty good, solid player. In this play, Josh Ball will be washing the player down. You know, hitting him with that nastiness. Getting real nasty with him. Wash him down. Beautiful. He ain't even getting off the block, man. He stays on his block, man. That's his best attribute. Staying on the block, getting physical, getting nasty, getting in them, not letting go, staying tight. That's beautiful. In this scene, look at Ball sit down on him. Boom. Pass it off. Boom. That was nice. That was nice. Look at it. Look at it. Now chasing. Boom. Oh, pass him off, man. That was beautiful, man. Just stayed in this area, man. Ain't worried about no movement. Ain't worried about nothing. I know I got this area. That's beautiful. That is beautiful, man. You know, sometimes, you know, you'll get a young, inexperienced lineman to get the chasing and then go ahead and give up that wraparound, man, with the D tackle, man. But he stood his ground and sat, had patience, understood what was coming, passed them off, and was able to stand his ground and make a good block. Here's where Mr. Ball got in trouble. Boom. Come on, man. Stopping his feet. Stopping his feet. Come on. Got to keep them things moving, man. Got to keep them things moving. This was horrible technique. Boom, got to stay ready. Stay hands ready, man. You know, like that was a lazy set, y'all. Let's just be honest. That was pretty lazy. You know, I don't know if he was expecting him to keep going outside. So, but, man, he bait him inside, you know. And, man, when you got to stay ready, man. And this what happens, man. Boom. That should not happen, especially in crunch time. Good hustle, though, but that should not happen, y'all. Here's another bad play. Come on. Now he was worried about the inside move and got beat on the outside. And now we got this. You know, look, he was cautious of the inside, but he was able to get pressure. Boom. He was responsible, man, and this was pretty much back-to-back plays. You know, can't have that. Cannot have that whatsoever, y'all. You know, you got to do better, man. You know, he was having a wonderful game till this far. You know, but, you know, the cold thing about an offensive lineman is you can have 50 good plays, but people going to remember the 3 bad ones. You know, they're going to remember the 3 bad ones. Yeah, man. He got you, man. Hit you with that stutter, man. He got you. Got you outside. Should have stepped kicking, man. You move your feet, man. See, you can't be, you know, too much lean in the stance too. Too much leaning forward. See? Horrible technique. Get your back straight. Get your back straight. Get your back straight. Get your back straighter. You know, you was kind of more hunchback, man. And that's why you wasn't able to recover. You was off balance. Yeah, man, that was horrible. Now here come Peters, and we ain't gonna act like Peters didn't have a bad rep either. Come on. You gotta hold Peters accountable too. We on Peters now. Peters is, man, do you still got it? That's Peters, man. Peters is strong, big. We know he can lean. But when it comes down to, can you still move with these young guys? That's what it come down to, man. And it seemed like he was kind of straining, man, to try to go ahead and kick step, man. And he was a little bit off. He was off his core, man. He was off his balance, man. And he was able to get that because Peters never give that up. That's unlike Peters, you know? So is old age creeping up on Peters? Maybe that's why they're going to go ahead and go with this rotation, you know? Keep Peters fresh, keep him in situationals, you know? Ball might mess around and start when it's time to lean on people, you know, but important situations, Peters is going to be there, right? 4th and long, 3rd and long, crucial situations, right? You know, they're going to go ahead and have Peters be in them situations, right? But, you know, early on, man, trying to establish things, I think Josh Ball might mess around, especially early on in the rotation. He might get the majority of that work. You know, because you can't have this, man. Peters is old. See, and from what I heard, Peters was doubting himself. Like, yo, can I still move? You know what? My team need me, so let me go ahead and suck it up. Which is team players, you know? And I like it, you know, for my Hall of Fame, setting the tone when it comes down to being a team player, though. But Peters know that, yo, I ain't the same as I used to be. Man. It's a little bit more of a struggle, man, hanging with these young cats. And as you can see, this was a struggle. And this was the crucial drive. This was crucial. But, you know, he started to recover after this, though, you know, but, you know, because we used to seeing Peters damn near be flawless, right? But, hey, your favorite player do get old. Peters got old, man. But I believe Peters will have some flashbacks as we get going into like toward Philadelphia playoffs. I believe he'll go ahead and have some flashback type of games, man, and just show, man, why he the Hall of Famer, though. But there's gonna be times, man, where that father time creep up like this, man, and like, dang, Jason, I remember when you used to dominate. Here's where he passed them off, man. Nice, man. You know, Josh Ball and Peters showed the ability to be able to go ahead and pass these guys off, man. We got the young guy, man, who got to work on his technique, man, and it's a little sloppy. And you got the old vet, man, you know, who's still trying to go ahead and play with the young guys, man, and his athleticism has decreased quite a bit, you know. But the cool thing about it is, you know, one thing about offensive line is, even though your athleticism may increase with good technique, man, you still can be functional. You know, just look at Andrew Whitworth from the Rams, you know, 40 years old, you know. And I know for sure right now, Peters is more athletic than Whitworth. Even as big as he is, he's more athletic than Whitworth. Peters still a dancing bear, as they would call him. You know, he's still solid. I still would take Peters, you know. Peters can start. If Peters can stay healthy, Peters could be a good functional right tackle for the whole year. If you know what I mean, if that was needed. But that wasn't needed for the Dallas Cowboys, right? But now he's needed more than ever. And it's time to go. It's time to go, man. Now this is what I like to see from Peters right here, man. This is when Peters started getting that flow, started to get that rhythm back. Because, you know, one thing I didn't show in the video because I wanted to show the right tackle reps, but Peters looked pretty good at that left tackle. And it is an adjustment to go to right tackle. So I do got to, you know, give my man a little bit of the benefit of the doubt because it's different, you know, the foot, having your foot back, man, you know, it's different. You know, you got the right foot back. It's different instead of the left, right? So, you know, it's an adjustment. And Peters, you know, being the vet that he is, he adjusted to it. But at the end of the day, right, he's still been working at guard, left tackle, right? But after that play, the first play that wasn't ideal, he adjusted, man, and he had a very good drive, as you can see right here, looking real good, right? That's the Peters that, we banking on right there, He just got to go ahead and continue to get reps at that right tackle, because I'm pretty sure that he's been getting the majority of what, the reps is preparing just in case he got to come in at left tackle. But now, since we in an emergency situation with Terrence Steele, now we got to go ahead, man, and roll with my man at right tackle. So now my man's got to adjust fully to that, right? So, yeah, I acknowledge that, he had to make the adjustment to right tackle. And I acknowledge that Josh Ball been working there, right? So it ain't like, so pretty much Peters was working on the fly for us, right? He was working on the fly. And with Peters working on the fly, right, he adjusted like the vet that he is, man, and looked dang good. And that's why he helped us continue to keep Dak upright. And we was able to score. Look good. Peters looking good, man. Here we go again. Where you at, Peters? Beautiful. Beautiful. You see how he settled in? He settled in. Peters settled in. Look at him. Settled in now. He like, all right, man. I got my cadence down, man. I got my footwork down. I'm getting a little more comfortable now. Now I'm ready to go ahead and put this work in, man. Now I'm ready to put this work in. Now I'm ready to put this work in, man. Looking real good. Look at him. Look at him. Boom, 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 boom. Effortlessly, man. Like I said, man, the man, even though he lost a lot of athleticism, he still could be a functional right tackle. And he still could move, man. Me, I'm for the rotation, y'all, right? I'm for it. However, just to keep him fresh. However, pretty soon, man, he gonna have to get it all, because he gonna have to be in that conditioning, that game conditioning. They're like, yo, we going 4 quarters. We going 4 quarters, hard mash mode. So I would like for his body to be, prepared for that. But that could possibly be why they doing the rotation right now. Not only to keep him fresh, but to get his body acclimated to more snaps, because he older now, right? So with that being the case, as we get toward Philly and a little bit after that, when we get right there, I should be seeing his snaps every game increase and Josh Ball snaps decrease, right? So then when we get to the playoffs, man, there is no rotation in the playoffs. There is no rotation in the playoffs, man. It's your best 5, which will be Tyron, Tyler, Biotis, Zach Martin, and Jason Peters. There's no debate about that, right? So with Peters, man, the dancing bear, we get him to play like this, man. 'Cause that's all we need, man. It ain't with Ball and Peters that I'm concerned about them running the rock, right? Being able to run block. I'm not concerned about that, as y'all can see in this film, right? And I ain't gotta mess around and show Peters, run blocking, because we already know he's a hell of a run blocker. We ain't got to. I mean, do we got to really do that, y'all? Y'all know what time it is, right? But I wanted to show a little bit more of Ball to show that, he wasn't as bad as what you thought he was, right? But at the same time, Peters still is the best man for the job. So with that being the case, Peters get the edge because of pass pro. Peters get the edge because of the experience. Peters get the edge because he's more technically sound. That's why Peters get the edge, right? But that's my time, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed the film. I appreciate it, and y'all have a good one, man. We out.